Welcome back to Bayou Mac History, where we uncover American stories to that unmistakable Louisiana twist. I'm Mac. We trace the state's early days, from the purchase that put us on the map, the battle that secured our place in the Union, to the expedition that explored the vast territory we'd acquired. Now let's jump forward to when Louisiana faced poverty, corruption, and the crushing weight of the Great Depression. Into that chaos stepped Huey Pierce Long Jr., a man who promised to make every Louisianian a king, and who for a while ruled like one. The Kingfish, as he called himself, remains one of the most charismatic, controversial figures in American history.
Huey was born in 1893 in the piney woods of Wynn Parish, one of the poorest parts of a poor state. No silver spoon here. He left school early, worked as a traveling salesman, put himself through law school in just 8 months, and built a practice taking on big corporations that shortchanged the little guy. By his late 20s, he had won a seat on the Louisiana Railroad Commission, fighting utility monopolies. His style, fiery speeches that connected with ordinary folks tired of elites. In 1928, at age 34, he ran for governor with the slogan, "Every man a king, but no one wears a crown." He won in a landslide, and then Louisiana changed fast. Huey promised roads, schools, and hospitals, and he delivered. Under his administration, Louisiana built over 9,000 miles of paved highways, hundreds of bridges, including the first over the Mississippi at New Orleans, free textbooks for every child, night schools for adults, and expanded charity hospitals. The state leaped forward in literacy and infrastructure. Critics grumbled about the cost. New taxes on oil companies and utilities. Huey's response? Essentially, they can afford it. One might call it progressive redistribution. Others called it soaking the rich. Either way, the roads got paved. But Huey didn't stop at building. He centralized power like few governors before or since. He controlled appointments, rewrote laws to extend his influence, and even deducted a percentage of state employees' salaries for his political machine, calling it a deduct for loyalty. When opponents fought back, including an impeachment attempt in 1929, Huey outmaneuvered them, packing the legislature with allies. He once deployed the National Guard to secure ballot boxes.
In most democracies, that's generally frowned upon, but in Huey's Louisiana, it was Tuesday.
As the Depression deepened in the early 1930s, Huey's ambitions grew national. He launched the Share Our Wealth Society in 1934, with clubs springing up across the country. His radical plan? Cap personal fortunes at $50 million, guarantee every family a homestead, $2,000 annual income, free college, and old age pensions. He broadcast fiery radio speeches attacking bankers and economic royalists. Membership claims reached millions. Franklin Roosevelt saw Huey as a threat, reportedly calling him one of the 2 most dangerous men in America. Huey, in turn, criticized FDR's New Deal as too timid. He even flirted with a third-party presidential run in 1936, potentially splitting the Democratic vote. Many historians believe he could have reshaped American politics. Here's the deep Louisiana twist. Huey's legacy is woven into our state's fabric. That soaring Capitol building, still the tallest in any state, was his monument. His reforms lifted generations out of poverty, built the modern infrastructure we drive on today, and inspired social programs that echoed in national policy. Yet the cost was steep. Erosion of checks and balances, intimidation of opponents, and a cult of personality. Huey once quipped he'd be president or dictator, whichever came first. His story ended tragically on September 8, 1935. While pushing controversial bills through a special session in the Capitol, Huey was shot by Dr. Carl Weiss, a young Baton Rouge physician whose family had clashed politically with Long. Huey died 2 days later at age 42. The motives remain debated: political grudge, personal vendetta, or something more. Conspiracy theories persist, as they often do in Louisiana tales.
Huey Long was a reformer and strawman, visionary and demagogue, a force who modernized Louisiana while bending democracy to his will. His shadow still looms over our politics and culture, reminding us how one larger than life figure can redefine a state and nearly a nation. If this longer look at the Kingfish intrigued you, hit like, subscribe for more history with a Louisiana perspective, and comment. Hero, villain, complicated truth. Thanks for watching Bayou Mac History. Until next time, stay curious.